Hello and welcome to the Spiggle Spotlight video where we discuss cutting-edge employment law issues in the news. I'm Tom Spiggle, founder of the Spiggle Law Firm, where we help people who've been fired or afraid they might be. Today I'm thrilled to be joined by Sarah Basil. Sarah, what are we talking about today? The Adult Survivors Act, I believe. I'll let you talk about that a bit.
Yeah, sure. So this act is in New York State, which allows anybody with sex misconduct claims to kind of bar any kind of complaint that has happened maybe 10 to 15 years ago. Usually there's a statute of limitations, and this act kind of allows that, kind of just blocks the statute of limitations and allows people to lodge a complaint even though something may have happened a long time ago.
Right, and this is, we saw this a lot, particularly during the Me Too movement when, we had some really brave women step forward and talk about issues of sexual harassment that they had experienced in their careers. And then a lot of people were inspired by that and themselves came forward. But in many of these cases, they're years and years old. And as you mentioned, the statute of limitations has run. And for those non-lawyers out there, the statute of limitations is a period of time in which you can bring a claim. And it varies depending on what the law is. And the idea is that, the public policy idea is that you want to give people time to file their complaint, but you don't want to allow it to go on forever because, the longer it goes on, the more stale the evidence gets. The defendant can't rely on the fact that, they could get sued anytime for anything. So it gives them some certainty as well. But as we saw in this case, there were significant societal and emotional and sometimes legal impediments to filing these claims. And so some legislatures, particularly in New York, reopened the clock for a little bit. And so if this, you've got this amount of time to file, the claim, which is the same as what happened in the case against Donald Trump, right? The defamation case and harassment case filed by E. Jean Carroll, I think is her name. And she was able to do that in part because of this Adult Survivors Act.
Right, yeah, and it's important to note that the window is kind of up in November, so if somebody has a claim, then they only have until November to file suit. Yes,
that's right. And I don't quote me on it, but I think there's another state, maybe California, that did a similar or was considering a similar opening, to allow people to file claims. But New York is the most prominent. And yeah, it's coming up in November. So for those people who have claims that, they want to bring but have not been able to, this is the time to do it, because after that, then your claim is gone for good. And we've certainly seen them in our office where, in Virginia, we don't have an Adult Survivors Act like that. And we've seen cases where people have pretty strong sexual harassment cases, hostile work environment cases, but they, for various reasons, and I understand why, have waited so long that the statute of limitations is passed, and there's nothing you can do. You can't go to the court and ask the court to waive that. Courts don't have the authority to. So it really is a bright line that, once you cross, in the absence of statutes like this, you can't go back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great. Well, Sarah, thanks for bringing that one up. It's a very important topic and timely, because folks in New York that have these claims, you've got until November. So if you're not talking to an attorney now, you probably should start. And if you want to get those claims filed while the window is still open.
Yep. Thank you for having me, Tom.
All right, Sarah. Take care. Bye-bye.